What's going on, you guys? It's the DeFi Crypto Alliance show where we do our best to be the bridge between our fellow real estate investors, entrepreneurs alike, and the cryptocurrency world because crypto is our biggest, juiciest opportunity over the next little while, and nothing's even close. Welcome along on the journey, you guys. Corey, take it away.
Good morning, Paul Fakins. How are we doing today in crypto land? Guys, what did you think of the RH response? I don't know, guys. It was interesting. A lot of good material. I read through a little bit last night, trying to follow some highlights that Nuclear Herbs is giving and a couple other guys. A lot of bullish stuff I feel like was in the response. We got to see the original SEC's file from the motion to dismiss. A lot of interesting stuff in there. And how I know, though, that basically it was a big nothing burger is price didn't move. In fact, I think we went up about 1-2% this morning. Nothing crazy, nothing bananas, but price didn't fluctuate one way or the other. So basically, the market took it in as like, we still have no clue what's going to happen with this scenario. Who knows? But I like to see how, in the SEC's response, there was so much misinformation in there that did not make any kind of sense. Like there was a paragraph in there that said Richard Hart spoke at PulseCon.
Oh, was there?
That's great, man. So much misinformation. Like, I hope the attorneys are able to come and take this and use it, obviously, for their advantage. I'm sure they are. They're doing all kinds of stuff with this. But man, yeah, it's very fascinating to see. There was more in that. I wish I should pull it up and read through it, man. But man, it's got me long-term bullish. Obviously, the short term, it's still there was like not a lot of activity came out of it. Obviously, there's no dismissal. It's not a thing. We're still going to go to court October 24th. There's still going to be a hearing. There's still going to be the oral arguments, the everything else that goes along with it. But yeah, I feel good about it, and we'll see what happens. I'm along for the ride either way. And yeah, hopefully, October brings some green pastures. Maybe not, guys. We're not financial advisors. We're just dudes on YouTube who speculate on their own money and like to talk about crypto, like to talk about entrepreneurship, like to talk about real estate, how to save money from three-letter agencies. That's what we like talking about. And we are using crypto, though, as that wealth creation tool and using real estate and other real world assets as a wealth preservation tool. It's just tools, guys. And you got to know how to utilize these if you want long-term legacy wealth. It's the only way to do it, right? And so we're going to be bringing the good word of all this stuff to you all throughout our journey. Always hit the like and subscribe, please. That little bell notification. It's not hard, guys. Just push it. Punch it for me. Come on. Let's go. And guys, this is your show. Dane dropped the chat, the StreamYard in the chat. Come on. Come one, come all. Let's talk. Let's rap. Let's talk about anything money. Let's talk about anything entrepreneur. Let's talk about anything crypto. I know Frank Conversations texted me this morning. He should be on here in a little bit. He was excited to come on today. Always like hearing what he's got to say. He's always got some uplifting mindset stuff that I resonate with. And yeah, guys, this is your show. What is your thoughts of the RH filing? Do you think it was a nothing burger? Or what is your thoughts as far as the case in their argument of why it should be dismissed? And do you think it will by the judge come in October? So, yeah, guys.
I thought Richard's attorney's response was entertaining. It essentially just went through and outlined all of the things that the SEC had wrong. Well, Richard didn't actually do any of these things. And so show us where the SEC is shown anywhere in here why the case shouldn't be dismissed. I mean, I am no attorney, but you've got to feel good about those types of things. I think it's looking more and more positive, like we've been saying for months, that RH's team is positioned well. It seems like, as far as facts are concerned, to be able to go ahead and we can move on from this case. So we'll see.
Yep, I agree. And Frank Conversations, what up, bro, man? How you doing today? You feeling good?
I'm feeling good, man. Can you guys hear me okay?
We can hear you. We can hear you.
Yeah, thanks for having me. I appreciate it. This is always a lot of fun. You guys are the best.
Oh, we appreciate it, man. We try. We try, right? Like what's on your mind today, man? What are your thoughts for starters? You know, the title of the show is, you know, the filing last night. Did you go through any of that stuff? Did you
I haven't read it yet. I haven't looked at it yet.
Okay.
I just know, based on the first one that I looked at, I'm just like, I couldn't believe how unprofessional it was. You know, that's the best word I could describe it as. Unprofessional. It wasn't prepared well. I don't understand what they're looking for. And I think they should go after people that are rug pulling people, you know? It's just my opinion.
You mean the real bad guys?
Real bad guys, you know? So, I mean, I think there's a gap. Again, I've said this before. There needs to be some type of coalition of OGs in crypto that are, and it's not just in the United States, it's a global coalition that is created for cryptocurrency to do what it's supposed to do and educate government officials across the world. Educate them, because there's people like us that are in this for the bear market. We've been here for years, you know, learning about this stuff. And unfortunately, we're waiting for our bags to pump. And you get people that, and I don't want to, this is just my opinion. I don't have any facts around this, but I do have situations that I've had happen where government officials have said, you know more than the government officials in crypto, you know, just because of being in crypto the way that we are. I think I shared this a couple of weeks ago. I was at an NFT conference in New York, and room full of people. One of the senators from DC started sharing something about, I don't remember exactly what it was. And he said, I started clapping, and I was the only one clapping. And he said, you all should be clapping. He's like, you all know more than the government officials trying to regulate this stuff. So, I mean, coming from that source was a really strengthening point. And I think that we're onto something. I think we're onto something with the crypto coalition or whatever that educates people, helps them understand it, so they can actually do the regulation that they want in an integrous way.
Yep, in a
so there's 2 cents worth. So,
and I feel like we might have that shift, if we get a different president in office. It's possible we could see some kind of shift like that, where he's talking about he would like some kind of like board of directors in the crypto space that would like help him navigate. I don't know, you know, and this could all be fluff, but I'm with you on that, Frank. I would love to see somebody who's in office say, okay, let's get some experts. Let's get some people who really know what the heck they're doing here. And let's really, you know, dive deep, not only keep this emerging technology here in the US and not throw it, you know, off overseas, but then also really start go after the real bad guys, not, you know, Richard Hart and, you know, Solana. There was an issue there for a while. Coinbase, you know, there's they've gone over everywhere. Debtbox was another one. There's a bunch of them, right?
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't rely on governments to do this. It has to be something that's unregulated.
It could be like, if crypto is like a commodity, maybe it's the commodity commissioners that do it. What is a commodity? They're not the SEC. That's something else. I can't remember.
The CBOT, right?
Yeah, that's it. That's it. There's going to have to be some agency that is going to have to kind of control it. But I guess to your point, Frank, maybe it's a brand new emerged agency that comes in and monitors and regulates just this space, because this space is so unique and different than anything we've seen before, right? Is it a commodity? I don't know. It's not oranges and apples. Is it in the stock world? Definitely not. It's not stocks, right? It's a different asset class.
It's gonna take a think tank to do it. and it's going to take something like the founding fathers of the United States. They created the Constitution, right? The Constitution. All right, I'm going to go real quick spiritual on everybody. The Constitution calibrates at over 700. That's a highly spiritual document. Yeah, and that's confirmed in Dr. David Hawkins, one of his books, or one of his seminars. I heard it in.
That's very interesting.
It's one of the most. The guys, when they created it, were out of their minds. They didn't like Gandhi calibrates at like 705 or something, 720, something like that. And these guys at that time collectively created something that was so far above what they were searching for collectively that it just encompassed the entire United States. So I thought that's, and this is something that needs to be done with a lot of high-powered, high-conscious people committed to crypto to create this thing that it's all encompassing for everybody globally. That's why I think don't attach it to any government. It's just an entity. Go out and it's like we're forming a new United States in crypto. You know,
it is in many ways. It's funny you say that because those guys, the founding fathers, what that was a mastermind, right? Like, have you ever read the book Think and Grow Rich?
Yeah, of course.
Great book. Yeah. Like, and if you guys here in the audience have never read it, Think and Grow Rich and Outwitting the Devil. Outwitting the Devil is my favorite of the two, but actually phenomenal books. If you're thinking about being an entrepreneur, and part of in the Think and Grow Rich book, they talk about mastermind, where you bring a group of people together on a collective like goal or outcome, and they're able to tap into the higher intelligence through the mastermind and bringing all these people together. And that's probably what happened with the Constitution. And it's also what needs to happen to figure out, probably proper regulation and just, clarity around this asset class in a very
it's coming. I've got to think it's coming. I mean,
yeah, it's definitely not old stinky Gary Gensler. I'll tell you that. And his old cronies over there, they ain't doing shit but destroying it and pushing it, overseas, right? And we want to encourage this asset class to flourish and grow in any country that it wants to be in, right? If it's in the United States, let it grow in the United States without kicking it out. So, yeah, it's interesting.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, and I think the biggest problem is the powers that be. I mean, I think everybody feels, or I think many people feel this way, is they don't have, the normal person's freedoms at heart. They're not interested in you and I being more free. They're more interested in power and control. And unless that changes, I don't really see a scenario where you have some of the things happening like you're talking about, Frank. As much as I'd love that, I just don't see it.
It's hard.
I mean, unfortunately, until you have a reset, until you have revolution, to be able to have true change and adjust the bureaucracy that stands, I mean, you continue to have more of the same. You continue to have more desire for power and control. And I think apart from revolution, I think we continue heading in the direction that we are right now.
Yeah, that's a fair statement. That's a very, very fair statement.
I get that.
Now, the good news about it, and this is the important thing to remember, in my opinion, is that we each can have an impact in our own sphere, right? So maybe we can't have, a big, huge global coalition that has everyone's best interest at heart. But gosh, it feels to me like there's a whole lot of people waking up right now to the way that reality actually is. And you guys, I mean, we talk all the time. We met Frank. We've met a ton of the guys on the show. We meet people every day that are awake and see the way that things are. And I think that you have the opportunity to be able to wake more people up by expressing the things that that are right and that are true. So many people are scared today to be able to take a stand, to be able to express the things that are important to them. In fact, I think it's interesting. A lot of people, I mean, how many times have you guys heard, people are like, oh, I don't discuss religion or politics. And I think that's one way to approach it. But how do you get better about talking about those topics without discussing them more? You can't. You don't get better at something from not approaching it. And so I think if you feel like you're someone that's awake and you feel a calling in your heart to make a certain impact in your sphere, then you need to follow that calling and open up your heart, open up your mouth, be brave about the things that you need to say, and have the impact that you're meant to have. And that can be a really big deal.
Yeah, it's about standing up for your core beliefs and core values, and then attracting the right tribe around you to take along for that journey, right? And that's completely what it is.
This is a perfect segue. Can I show something?
Sure.
So I today was telling my wife, I'm like, I never wear the shirt I created. I rarely wear it. This shirt,
oh, I Speak Crypto.
The old I Speak Crypto. This is a great example of standing up, being a stand for what you're a stand for, right? And so I'm committed to wearing this. And if anybody I'm just going to say, if anybody wants to get it, you can get it on Amazon. It's a great t-shirt. It's $20. And, I don't make it hardly any money from it, but it's certainly a conversation piece. And, people will definitely come up to you and say, you speak, hey, how much Bitcoin do you own? They always start with Bitcoin or Ethereum.
Of course.
Yeah. But then you can delve into what we're about, what we're into. And when we were at the Miami conference for the Hex conference.
Oh yeah, I was there.
Crypto Bill and I were hanging out, and we had our Pulse Chain and Hex t-shirts on. There were people. It was like we were walking around and people would stop us and talk to us and we'd share. It was really amazing. So, wear something, and not only that, wear something from our community that stands out so people can talk to you about it. Because everybody knows this community knows knows a shit ton about crypto. And I agree. It's staggering. It's staggering the information that we know and just how to navigate it and how not to navigate it. How we'll all openly say, I don't know anything about that. Tell me more about it. We're a very open community. So anyway, this is what I stand for. I Speak Crypto. So if you got, and I'm probably going to make NFTs and stuff around it as well. And I do want to, whenever I find somebody to help me, I want to get it in the RH ecosystem coins, the color of the coins. So
cool.
Yeah.
And where could somebody buy one of those t-shirts? Go ahead and shield that too.
Just right on Amazon.com. Just go to Amazon, put I Speak Crypto on, and I think it shows up in the first level. So yeah, thanks for letting me do that. I've been kind of quiet about it. I don't wear it as much. I'm really going to start wearing it.
It's one of your passion projects, man. Just like the book you wrote. Which is awesome. And feel free to show that too. I love that you have these passion projects and stuff that you deign to talk about your core belief and values, and you stand behind a lot of this stuff. And that's why, you have built also a really incredible mastermind, in my opinion, where you have some really cool guys in our community that have came to your tribe, if you will, because you've attracted them with your own core beliefs and values. And it's been an amazing journey to see you on and witness this whole time, man. It's been a lot of fun.
Yeah, that has been. Thanks. That's been a real passion project. All these creative things that I've done, that I never, ever expected our mastermind to get as big as it did. And it was really just a labor of being a contribution to others involved, in connecting people, and it's a beautiful thing. And I'm just glad you guys are a part of it. And, all the people in it. It's pretty amazing, because it's funny how you almost at some point when you're all on the call together, you think it's like you can finish people's sentences. It's that cool.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a neat space. Yeah. And I think these little projects I'm in, the Crypto Mastermind, the writing a book, this songwriting, I wrote the Bear Market Blues, that was a fun one. It's weird.
Oh yeah, I remember that was awesome. And you had the singer sing it. Yeah, I forgot all about that.
Yeah. So we're really a creative community. Stop and think about it. All the coins that are coming out, all the meme coins coming out, these are just these are ideas that go, that is the definition of power. When you have an idea, how quickly you can put it into to materialize it. You know, I mean, look what the Camel Clan's doing. Look what Fast of Doom doing. He's got a really cool camel token. I mean, that's cool. You know,
along with the 2 fucks exchange.
Along with 2 fucks, exactly.
Right.
So
which is really cool.
We're like the creative arm right now of crypto. We're testing a lot of stuff. You know, look at iBurn and the Gifford token. There's a lot of stuff being tested. I mean,
a lot of experiments.
And you guys are going to have Jexa come on. I mean, that's a pretty cool experiment with having.
Oh, I love what he's building.
You know, a staking device for Pulse. I mean, that's so cool. I mean, I think, you know, a lot of this is trial and error, but we're, you know, creating our way into, I'm just going to say we're creating our way to a parabolic blow off top. That's my commitment. So I just want to I want to stay focused where we're going, like where we all think we're going. And that's my intention.
That's great.
I like it.
Yeah.
Guys, we dropped the StreamYard again in the chat. Feel free to come on. This is your show. It's Open Mic Friday. This is the time to shine. Don't be scared. Come one, come all, even if you have a difference in opinion on what we 3 up here have. Come in and let's discuss it like adults. I promise Dane won't MF you on Twitter. Dane won't open the Twitter chat and start bringing people in and MFing you. That's not how he operates.
Hey, I just in case, I pulled up some stuff from ChatGPT.
Okay.
That, you know, while you're waiting for your crypto, so I said, what are some positive things to do when waiting for your crypto portfolio to go parabolic? There's one: continue learning and researching, deepen your knowledge, follow thought leaders. We're all doing that, right? Diversify your investments, explore new opportunities, dollar cost average. We're all doing that. There's plenty of new projects coming out on the Pulse chain. Engage with the community, join online forums, attend events and webinars. Look at you guys are doing everything you can, going to different places and talking about crypto in the real estate community and the investment community.
Yep.
That's amazing. So improve your financial literacy, broaden your financial skills, budget and save. Like a lot of people now too are dealing with the fact that they're out of bullets, man. And they're trying to figure out how to add more money to crypto.
Yep.
When we all are kind of like, we get the sense we're at lows, and at some point we're going to stop putting money in this because, you know, you can't get.
Well, and I want to throw one in there real quick, and I'll let you continue with the ChatGPT. Yep. I would say when during this time in crypto to kind of fill in a few of those, like for example, how do you keep dollar cost averaging in if you're out of bullets? Well, go out and create a business. Create something of value in the world. That's your way of touching grass, right? The crypto community likes to say, go touch grass. Well, what does that really mean? Does that really mean to go out and stand in your backyard? It could, but that's not in my interpretation of it. My interpretation is go out and create value to the world, create a business, be an entrepreneur. If you are cut out for it, maybe you're not. Maybe you just go ask your boss for a raise, work more hours, work overtime. But if you've ever had that inkling, like in the back of your head, like that little like itch to go out and create value and build something, this is the time to build, because then like if it catches a little bit of fire, just a little bit, you could take that money and then put it in crypto. And these lulls, there's your DCA money. Now you've created a business, and now you get to use crypto as leverage on top of your business. Like you're creating money in the business, you're bringing in crypto. That's the leverage point from the business, and cycle repeat through the market cycles. Like this is the perfect time to go out and explore and do that. If you've ever had that inkling or wanting inside you've ever thought about it, I mean, don't be afraid to fail. Yes, you are going to get some lumps in the head. It's just how it goes. I've had my fair share of lumps. I've had my fair share of losses, not only in the entrepreneur world, but in the crypto space too, obviously, right? With all you guys. But like, this is the time to do it. Like, it's not during the bull run when things are 5, 10, 15, 20, 100x up. Like, Like, you're not going to want to use the crypto space as leverage anymore on top of your business, where right now you could do that. You take that money you're making in your business, that profit, if you will. Of course, you want to save some for your family or whatever. Take that vacation. That's fine. But like, take that and then use it as leverage now. Now it's leverage. You put in crypto, it's leverage. You're going to get a 5, 10, 15, 20x, not financial advice. And then you can pull that money out in the bull and put it back in the business, grow the business, and then rinse and repeat. Sorry, I went on a tangent there.
Yeah, no, and there's so many ways out inside crypto too to airdrops, right? Providing liquidity.
Sure. I'm doing a lot of those too.
There's so many things, and you can
only do so much. I feel like with that, without bringing new money into the ecosystem, it's hard. Like I'm farming, I'm providing liquidity, right? Like you can go airdrop farm. I feel like there's only so much you can do without new economic energy. That is the secret sauce. If you could DCA down here in these lulls and still have DCA money, it's the hard part, right? This is the hard part. Because what is that saying? The market will stay irrational longer than you can stay rational, or solvent. The market will stay irrational longer than you can stay solvent. It's something like that. And if you guys know in the chat, please post it. But it means that the market will basically suck you dry out of your DCA money because it stays irrational and you can't figure it out. And you run out of money, you run out of resources. Well, if you have means to bring new money into your life that over exceed your living expectations, this is what's important, right? Like your day-to-day, what your mortgage is, what your food money is, what your car payment is, whatever else you got going on in your life, right? That it supersedes that. Well, then you have a constant flow of DCA money. You have a constant flow of like consistent DCA, even in these lulls where we're down and we're kind of doing a second bottom, if you will, almost for the SEC FUD. This is the time to get stuff in, man. It wasn't in January, February, or March. It's now. This is it. Like, and then when we start taking off again, you're gonna be like, shit, why didn't I put that extra 10 grand in? Damn it, why didn't I do that? And you're gonna be kicking yourself in the ass, but like you just gotta. So that's what I feel like is the biggest thing that any of us can be doing right now, while crypto is just dead. Like it's dead. And you make a lot of good points, Frank. I mean, I'm not saying that they're all great. They're all great because you combine that with this, and now you have the compound effect. Like imagine DCAing, and that DCAing every single month, you're creating new farms with that money, right? Like now these farms are kicking off passive income with your new money that's coming in. That's a compound effect. And your portfolio's growing, even it's exponential now. So like that's the way that I think about it. To just like you have a 9-to-5 job and you're not doing anything to try to get a raise or work overtime or maybe create a business on the side, and you're just like, I'm out of money. That's it. I'm like, now I need Richard to pump my bags. It's not the way to do it. That's just not the way to do it. You got to go out and create new value in this world. You have to. Yeah. Yeah. Go on with the list, though. I know I went on a tangent there. Is there more on the list that it says? I'm genuinely.
Well, some basic stuff, stay healthy and active, right? Exercise regularly.
Dude, I'm hiring a health coach right now, and I'm going through that, like experimenting with all these different smoothies and supplements. And I just ran my 5 miles this morning. I'm doing Wim Hof again, which I implemented that into my routine. Dude, that right there, what you just said is gold. If you guys aren't focusing on health right now when crypto is dead, you're not going to focus it when the bull run. Shit, you're going to be too excited. Man, I heard someone say something today. I'm reading this book by Dan Martell. Great book, man. He said, when you're healthy, you have 1,000 goals and dreams. When you're unhealthy, you only have one. Let that sink in for a minute.
That is very
Let
profound.
that sink in for a minute, because it is so incredibly true, right? And it's up to us to do the things that are necessary to protect our bodies. Our bodies are temples, right? These were given to us. I believe in God, and other people are like, whatever. You could believe in higher power. I believe in God. They're given to us by God, and it's up to us. We have a very high responsibility to take care of this temple, so that this is our only craft that we're living in and traveling through time with, and it's up to us to take care of this, right? It's not up to anybody else, not up to you, Frank, to take care of my temple, or Dane. Like, it's not up to him. I got to do it. It's my responsibility. And man, I can't think of a better place to spend a bear market than going and working out and improving your eating habits and building your health up, so that way you can experience some gains. Dude, I'll tell you what, it would be no fun, Frank, for me to go make $10 million, but I am on my, on my way to go into on my way to a deathbed, because I just did not take care of myself. I'm sick all the time. I have why do I even, the $10 million don't mean shit then. It means zero.
Yeah.
So,
you guys know this. I had open heart surgery in January, right?
oh man, that's how I knew the bull run was coming.
Yes.
I told you that.
Yeah. Yep. And that was all I had on my mind. I couldn't focus on anything else. I couldn't focus on my real estate business. I couldn't focus on crypto much. In fact, crypto was the only thing I could focus on, because I just could. I was like, I've got unfinished business here. My bags aren't where they want to be. And when they are, I've got a lot of unfinished business I want to do with my bags. So after the bull run. So yeah, health it's so important, and you can't take it for granted.
It is, man. And when you're in the excitement of a bull run, Sami talks about there's that like 50 days of just pure euphoria. You're not going to be thinking about implementing new habits, right? But right now you could put some new habits in place. And then when you're in the bull run, you're going to continue doing those things because it's a habit. I think they say it takes 21 days to create a new habit and implement new habits. So for example, if you want to learn maybe it's longer than that. I could be off. I'll get back to you guys on that. But yeah.
I think that's a very common. I hear that too. 21 days. I don't know if
is that what it is. Is that the number to create a new habit?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that means if you're, if you want to start running I feel like it'd be longer than 21 days, because I know when I started my running journey, it took longer than 21 days to the point where I'm waking up and I'm doing it because it's like brushing my teeth. It's like you brush your teeth every night because it's just like, you don't even think about it. It's a thing you do. It's just like, it's part of, you don't think about, I'm not going to brush my teeth tonight because I don't feel like it. Even when you're sick, you usually brush, always brushing your teeth. And I want my running to be the same way. I get up in the morning and I don't even think about it. It's just something and it is pretty much gotten there, but I feel like it's taken a lot longer than 21 days.
Hey, speaking of brushing your teeth, maybe Sloth will come on today.
Oh, yeah.
You
think he's a dentist, man? He's not a dentist. That guy's a crypto bro disguised as a dentist. I keep telling him that. Is there any more on that list, Frank? I'm just curious. That health one was fire.
Work on your long-term goals, which you were just sharing. Set financial milestones, plan for the future.
Yeah, what's your 1 year, 5 year, 10 year from now? Me and Dane were at a mastermind just a few days ago, or about a week ago. There was a yacht mastermind in Miami. It was really cool. He got a yacht, and we even onboarded somebody there today. He's bringing in quite a substantial amount of money, and guess where I'm putting them? I'm not putting them in the Cardano. Just full disclosure. But in that mastermind, the guy who runs it, he sold a business for $116 million. And wow. And he talked about vision and having that 10-year vision and how to be crystal clear where you are at 10 years from now, how to get there, what does it look like, and to map that out. And he talked about literally envisioning it and writing it down and knowing what it looks, feels, smells, and tastes like the way your life does now. And that's how you can get to that point where he's looking to be a billionaire, right? Like he shared some of the companies that he's going into and some of the things he's going to be working on to get to that goal of being a billionaire. And I think all of us can do a little bit of that right now, because right now cryptocurrency, man, is just a tool. It's a wealth creation tool, and it's a great one. It is a great one. And we're using this tool to get to a desired outcome or meet some goals. But what are your goals? Have you, and I'm not meaning you, Frank, but in general, have you guys done any inner work, and do you understand your why? Why do you want $1 million, $5 million? Is it to go buy hookers and blow? Because I'm telling you, you guys aren't going to have that for very long. It's like, Frank, it's like the guys who win the lottery. There's a statistic, I think it's like after 3 years or something, they're broke, or
suicide, broke. It's their life isn't tremendously better after they win the lottery. It's a lot. In fact, I've heard statistically it goes in the wrong direction.
And that's because, Frank, for anyone to become a millionaire, they have to become a millionaire here in here first before they can become a millionaire here. And that's why if they become a millionaire here, that's the result. That is the exact result right there, what happens. And so it's a lot of inner work, a lot of overcoming struggles. I feel like the bear market for us in crypto is one of those struggles. If people are cheating their bags, going in this ecosystem, then cheating again, and then they're never learning anything, right? But if people are, actually believing, they see the full picture, they actually have faith, they understand and see the value in the ecosystem. It doesn't have to be pulse chain. There's other ecosystems that have value. And they understand that, dollar cost averaging in these lows, when it makes you feel sick to your stomach, that's a learning process of getting better as an investor as a whole. And so that's part of becoming that millionaire here first before coming here.
Yeah. And a great, before there was the book, The Secret, right? And the movie, The Secret.
Oh, yeah.
There was The Strangest Secret by not Gunther Clausen, The Strangest Secret. It'll come to me here in a minute. But that is, you basically become what you think about. So, and
so true.
He does a phenomenal job on this recording. It's only like a 30-minute recording. You could probably get it on. You could probably just go to YouTube and put Strangest Secret. Why is the guy? I know that I've shared this a million times. I can't remember his name, but The Strangest Secret. Go, you listen to that over and over, and you really see that you become what you think about. Everything in your environment it came from what you were thinking. I sell real estate, and a lot of times I have to help people rearrange their furniture and make their place look better. I can look and you look your home environment is a reflection of what's going on in your head.
100%.
If it's in your environment, it came from here. So even in my book, when I share people how to create their soulmate, I can tell whether they're single, whether they're set up for a relationship, or whether they have blocks in their way to that happening. And it's simply just by looking in their environment. Like, interesting. This is interesting. So from a feng shui perspective, I know there's a lot of guys watching this, and the guys, are interested in finding their soulmates too, right? It's like, but women have a how can I put it? They have more that. Well, hold on. So when you have no nightstands in your bedroom, it's not conducive to attracting your soulmate. When you have one nightstand, it's conducive to you still being single, right?
Sure.
When you have two nightstands, you have a balance. You have you are set up for another person to come into your space, right? That helps you improve that. Now, if you add lighting to the next on the table, a side lamp, now you've got power. Because if you've got two nightstands and one nightstand only has the lamp on one side and only one person can use it, that person holds the power in the relationship. So you basically want to get two nightstands, two lamps alongside your table, get uh, images of partners in your bedroom. I've been into places where, this person's been single well into their 50s and 60s, where they've got images of women, only single people in their whole place, women or men, and it's not coupled together. So their commitment is not aligned. And you can just look in your environment and see that, so that's a real basic thing is, getting 2 nightstands. And think about this, there's still people sleeping in futons, and that's not conducive for a lot of times for even big enough to have
futons on other people's houses.
Like get a double bed, get a king size bed, get something I always say that the bed is the foundation of your relationship. If you have a bed that suits you both, that is a real power structure for your relationship. So I don't want to go all on into this stuff, but I pulled up my book. This is the book. It's called Why Wait? Create Your Soulmate Now. You can grab it on Amazon if you're interested in attracting your soulmate, or if you got somebody complaining about not having their soulmate. I think this is the perfect time for you to get them that little gift. The book's like $20. You can get that on Amazon too. Boy, I've been shilling. This is good.
I mean, shill away, man. I don't mind. And that brings up, like, I'm glad you talked about, like, setting the environment for what you expect in your life. And it's a bit of a little bit of a law of attraction there, where you're allowing the space to be inviting for what you're attracting, right? Everything we do in our lives, or everything that's around in your life, the money in your bank account, the house you own, the car you own, the wife or girlfriend or non-wife or girlfriend you have, is all our fault. It's all our responsibility. It's people who go, oh, I can't get a better job because of the government. I can't start a business because it's, I would pay too much taxes, the IRS, or whatever excuse they have. That's the victim mentality. And then the result they get is that, well, they never start a business, or they never get a raise, or they never move up the corporate ladder, whatever it may be. So everything in our lives is a direct result of us. And so that kind of ties into that. If you're wanting to, meet your soulmate, get married, and have a family, which I wanted to for, quite a while. Now I've done that. It's been great. You have to be able to allow it to happen to yourself, right? You have to be able to, and that part of that is, I'm sure your book talks all about that, which is amazing. And I feel like anything we do in our life is the same way. You have to set the stage. You got to allow it to happen. Your habits are what create it. Our thoughts create our emotions, and our emotions create our actions and what our environment around us is. And so it all starts with our thoughts. So, like, you got to be very careful of what goes up here, like, and what goes through here. And that's why I'm very careful about what I do on Twitter and all of that, because it's just not something that I want to indoctrinate myself with all the time.
I've never posted anything negative on Facebook in 20 years since Facebook's been around. I've always been very careful on posting what I post, because I know it's not the content, it's the energy that you put into the thought that you're posting. If you're putting something angry out there, you're going to get something angry back.
100%.
If you put something positive out there, you'll get something positive back.
That's funny, because there's a sub community in our community that likes to fight with anger and toxicity, and now they're getting that back, and it's pissing them off. Like, what did you expect? You put that out to the universe, and the universe gave it back to you. So what do you expect to happen? Like, guys, like, it's like, if you live by the gun, you're going to die by the gun. That's the same, or live by, I think the old saying is, if you live by the sword, you die by the sword. It's the
live
same.
By the long ball, die by the long ball in baseball.
Right. Exactly. So go ahead. I have to say, we are our own creators. We are, in charge of our life. We are in charge of what is the environment we are in, and what we surround ourselves with, the people we surround ourselves with. The saying that if you want to know someone's net worth, look at his 5 closest friends, and then you would know what that person's net worth is. Very true. Whatever people you hang out with, you will end up like them. When I went through my entrepreneurial journey, I had to pretty much cut off and upgrade my friends from my old job. And I still talk to them once in a while. I don't hang out with them like every night at the bar talking about sports and about like work and nothing of context. Like there was nothing that was, that stimulated me anymore. So, but when I hang out with people like you, investors, entrepreneurs, I'm stimulated. So you're the product of your own environment. You create your own environment, and we are responsible for everything that is of our life. It's 100% true.
Yeah.
So,
another good book for transforming your environment is a very simple feng shui book called Move Your Stuff, Change Your Life. Highly recommend it. Move Your Stuff, Change Your Life. There's another. Let me get one more book that I think is a good one. I actually referenced it in my book. In the, what do you call it? Oh shit. I'll remember it. Hold on one second.
Okay, go ahead.
Be right back.
Actually, I haven't addressed the chat at all this morning, so we can kind of go through here and see who's all here with us today. And guys, once again, if you want to come on stream and talk with us, I'll probably be winding down here in about 10 minutes. But I'll be more than happy to have you on. Dane had to hop off and take care of some business stuff that we're addressing today. But yeah, come on and let's chat a little bit. There are crypto land. There are literally no buyers left, maybe some DCA buys here and there, and that's about it. There's buyers left. I'm one of them. I am going to do not a massive DCA here in the next week or so, but it's a good size. It's a good size DCA. They're still out there. It's up to us to be able to go out there and create value in the world and bring this money in and use crypto as a leverage tool, a leverage on that money to grow it, right? It's a wealth creation tool, and that's what we're doing here. Archie, what's up? Afternoon, guys. What's going on, my friend? Crypto Joe, hey, let's go. Crypto land, I won't be surprised if BTC goes over 65K. We put it up there, and we're still hovering here. Yeah, we'll see, man. Paul Sachs, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? How are you doing? We will preserve. That's right, man. One way or another. I mean, look at Tron right now. Tron's preserving. They're freaking pumping, and they've been around for a cycle or two. I'm not sure. I think maybe one. Ignoring the FUD, pick up my. Oh man, congrats, bro. That is awesome. See, there's a buyer.
Yep.
There's a buyer. They're there. And obviously, there's not. I mean, I feel like we've run out of sellers too. Like maybe there's not a lot of buy action. Yes. But I think the sellers are pretty much all out too. I mean, there might be one or two leaking in the, and the spaces waiting to dump their bags on the next pump. It could happen, but
Brown Conservative Capitalist. Check out the book Conscious Capitalism by John Mackey, the guy who created Whole Foods. Anyway, just a thought. Since you're onto that topic, it's a great book.
Yep. Beach Dwell, I do appreciate your work you do. Thanks, man. I will appreciate you, man, for showing up. I do too much crypto, in my opinion. Now I own my first rental. Hey, man, congrats on that, man. Congrats on owning your first rental property. That's kind of the wealth preservation stage. I actually sold a lot of my rentals for crypto because, I'm wanting to use this as the wealth creation, but I will be going back into real estate a lot more heavier come 2025. At some point, right? And kind of preserving that wealth. Duke, what up, my man? We got Hex Glenn, what's up? I just bought a Hey, there you go, Frankie. Steve just bought a t-shirt, which is cool.
Yeah.
Addy, why were you not happy with the founder owner buybacks on product? Hey, I'm cool with it if he wants to do it, but I don't need to rely on it. I think he will do it, to be honest with you. I think him coming back and streaming would be more powerful than him injecting Ethereum. I could be wrong. It's never financial advice. That's just my opinion. I would love to see the leader come back to his community, though. Hetzkling, good quote. Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate that. Steve, preach big dog. What up? Thanks, Hunter. I appreciate you, man. As always, Addy 28 days. Not sure what that is. 28 days for a habit. Okay, so Addy is saying it's 28 days to create a habit. Interesting. So it's about a month. It makes sense. It's about a month.
Yeah.
52 weeks to create a habit. That's what I feel like. It's more like I got to run every day, or at least, I'll say I want to do 5 times a week. I feel like it takes me a whole year to get it to a place where I'm doing it without thinking about it. Hex is my plan for the future. Sure, man. That's right. I mean, I'm using it only for the market cycle myself, but that's me. I like using real estate and other stuff to preserve my wealth. 1 million on 10% APR is all I want. Hey, that's a good strategy too. You can do that with some stable coins too, and crypto in those pools. What are the best options when DCA at the rise besides real estate? Man, liquidity providing is probably your best method for DCAing out when the time comes, because then you get paid for exiting the market and you don't destroy the price chart. Heads Glenn. Hey, Money Game, what's up, man? Yeah, come up, dude. We're about to wind down, though. I'm going to let Frank shield this book, and then we're probably going to wind it down. I got to grab some lunch. I got a packed day today, but it's Friday, so it's cool. Paul Sachs, what's up, man? Frank, what? Hey, is there something out there that says the kind of car you drive? Does that say anything about you? What is your thoughts on that?
I'll look into that. I have a BMW, but I'll look into that.
Yeah, I used to own a C8 Corvette. I sold that. Now I own a Jeep SUV. It's what do you call it? It's the
he's probably also.
It's a grocery getter. Is all I got.
Yeah, he's probably also referring to Adam Sandler's piece of shit car.
Yeah. We played that the other night. Get jacked and don't give a F about the rest. Yeah, man. You focus on your health, man. Without health, you don't have anything else. That's
Earl Nightingale was the guy who created The Strangest Secret. I just remembered his name. So Earl
okay.
Yeah.
Leave the book titles in the comments. Yeah. One of these days, what we'll do is we'll do a whole show on about books that I've read, and we can even have Frank on. Frank seems like he's read a lot of books in his life. What is that one, Frank? Go ahead and share it.
Move Your Stuff, Change Your Life. Just stick with this one for feng shui as a starter book. Real simple, easy to read. And then here's another good one. This is kind of advanced, but it's the Feng Shui Bible by Simon Brown. Yeah.
I could use a little more feng shui in my life, because the way I got my office set up, and it's just, I'm scattered brain, and of course my office reflects that. I'm a
Corey, so look first on the feng shui thing and find out what corner your office, what section of the office your office is in your house, because you've got 12 sections, and love and relationships, wisdom, health, creativity, what do you call it? Wealth and money. Like, there's all life sections they call it a bagua. And just go in there. This is stuff you guys can do now, and you'll feel instantly better when you start to read this and go, oh, I'll take this. I'm going to get this, especially like cleaning your closets. A lot of people have suits and stuff from 10, 20 years ago. That's no.
Oh, I got it. And the dirt. If you don't have the jacket, or I'm sorry, the cover of the jacket, that dirt and grime that gets on top of the jacket, if you let it sit there for too long, I have to look at my wife. I'm like, can you help this? Can you get rid of it? And she's like, yes, of course. It's man, I'm the worst when it comes to that kind of stuff, dude. It's I thank God for my wife. She keeps me very clean, tidy. I'm, like I said, I'm scatterbrained. Like, Frank, it's funny. If you come in my office, you can't see it because the way I set the stream up, you see this only. But if you go look on the other side of my desk, you'll see a whole different story. And it's because I'm scatterbrained. And my wife, she takes care of the rest of the house. So you're out there, the house is pristine, it's clean, it's beautiful, it's very, very functional, and it feels good. And you step in my office and you're like, the heck's wrong in here? It's
have your wife she already knows feng shui, right?
And she has a Chinese twist to it, right? She believes in these Yeah,
have her read the book. She will start making changes for you.
yeah.
She knows what she
I
wants.
could use a little bit in my office. I'll tell you that. It's like it just takes our own time and energy to do it. But I can make all the excuses all day. At the end of the day, it's my fault. Right? It's always my fault. But I
you don't have a lot of baggage. Your financial. I would assume if I took one look at it, you don't have a lot of baggage when it comes to finances, because a lot of people
really. I mean, yeah. I'm not like I don't have all this crazy debt. My cost of living, even here in Puerto Rico, man, is fairly conservative from most. Like I actually cut my cost of living down because I was moving to Puerto Rico. I'm like, well, okay, if I'm going to do this, I need to cut these out so that way it makes sense. It makes more sense. Like I sold the C8 Corvette, right? I could have brought that C8 Corvette over to Puerto Rico and gone through all the rigmarole and like the pain in the butt of like getting on the island, just to drive it around certain roads that could, because there's so many potholes here and the roads are shit. And I was like, why don't I just sell it, get rid of that payment? And I didn't owe much on it, but it was still a payment. And that headache of like, I always worried about it. Like last year when I first moved here, I was like, man, the C8 is my garage. I'm like, gosh, I'm not driving it. I'm not like, it's just sitting there rotting away. Like it always would come and I'm like, I should need to sell it because it's always popping in my brain. Just get rid of it and get rid of that baggage. That's a financial baggage there where I was like, let's get rid of that baggage.
Yep.
I'm freaking moving to Puerto Rico. Yeah. So like, yeah, I try to live a very conservative life. Doesn't always happen. And some things creep up, right? It's like, oh, like it's time to get rid of some stuff. But yeah.
Move your stuff, change your life. So
love it, man. I love it.
Yeah.
And we'll just kind of finish the chat here and say hi to everybody. Super Snake, man, thanks for tuning in. Yeah, I'm loving the Pulse X Ink farm right now. That's what I'm doing. And right now it's running in a very nice sideways action. And yeah, if you're DCAing, you're adding to that, man. So that's just you're compounding your DCA there is all you're doing. Roll that ink yield back into farm, best straight. Yeah, I can concur. So, but yeah, excellent. Let's see. Yep. So, well, cool, Frank, man. I'm gonna wind it down and go grab a lunch. We got a busy day today, but it's Friday, so man, we appreciate you coming on as always. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Appreciate you to have you as a friend. And anything else you want to shill or talk about before we hop off? You can show your Twitter account. Anything?
My Twitter's at Polanczyk Frank. That I have Frank Conversations, but I don't check it much. You can go to Frank Conversations as well. Maybe the more subscribers I get, I'll start checking that more often. So that's it. Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody listening and just going along with us on this journey. We're all in it together. So
that's it, man. And it's a fun one, man. It's been a blast, and we're getting towards the end, man. We're a lot closer now to the end outcome than we ever been. I remember it was like, oh, 2 more years to 2025. Like now it's like, here we are almost the end of 2024, dude. I'm just like, wow, the holidays are going to be here before we know it, man. And it's like, wow.
We met at PulseCon.
Oh yeah.
September 12th or 13th, whatever that was in Vegas. So it's already, look at 2 years went by like that,
it's
in the tough 2 years,
incredible, man. Yeah. That little, that outcome, there was good that came out of that bad scenario of PulseCon. There was a lot of good that came out of that. I met a lot of you guys. It was great. It was awesome. Well, guys, man, like always, hit the likes, smash the subscribe. If you're rewatching this, comment, replay game, whatever you want to do, help boost the algorithm. We want to keep bringing the good word of crypto to you, the good word of entrepreneurship, the good word of real estate, the good word of the trust that we're working on with our tax strategist, where this trust allows you to go from crypto, where you sell it, into real estate, not pay a capital gains tax. You defer it, but it's not paid. So you're using that entire bulk of the money to go into your next investment, which is pretty powerful. And then you can sell that. Once again, not pay a tax, go back into crypto. You can preserve that wealth there, defer the tax, and you can do this all you want in a trust. And it's something we're working on. In fact, we're going to have him on the show, our tax strategist, because obviously I can't answer the hard questions about it or dive deep the way he can. And so we'll have him on the show and kind of do a presentation for you guys. And I also think we're going to be, and not 100%, but I'll confirm, I think we're also going to be on DGen Roundtable show too on Wednesday evening. And we'll talk more about it there too. So a lot of cool stuff coming up. Plus, we're going to have Jexa on. I got to nail down a time with him. He's hard because he's on the other side of the world about his new protocol. I love everything he's doing. I love node validating. And I might end up using his protocol because as we're inching closer to the altcoin season that's projected at the end of the year, I'm going to want to be a little bit more liquid in my node validators, because what happens is if everyone's trying to get out at the same time, it's like a door in a room, right? And if fire happens, everyone's trying to get to the door, they can't get out. Well, it's the same thing with node validators. If everyone's trying to get out, you get put like on this waiting list, and you might not get your crypto in time for the sell. You probably would, but ideally, if you're liquid, that's the ideal situation during the altcoin season. And with his protocol, you could stay pretty liquid because you're getting a what's called V pulse in return back, which is just backed basically by pulse and the yield that's in the pool. So you could sell your V pulse as long as there's liquidity for it, which there should be, because you could, and I know I've talked about that on the show before, you could pair up your V pulse with your pulse in a liquidity pool, and you should get very little, if any, impermanent loss, which should attract a lot of liquidity providers. So we'll see. It's very interesting to think about. But if I could be more liquid in my node validator, journey, then and be able to sell it when I can't, I would love that. I would absolutely love that. That's a product I am interested in.
And it's simple.
And it's simple. That's the thing, right? Project Pi's got something like that too, and which is really cool. And so I love to see that we're coming out with this these liquid staking derivatives, which is kind of a new narrative for this cycle. So I don't know. We'll see what it brings. I'm interested. But guys, have a great weekend. Go touch some grass, and I will see you next week. Thanks again, Frank. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Corey. See you guys later.